They sent me to repair a ship. I didn't know it belonged to an alien queen. Alex Carter sat in the small cockpit of his ship, the engine humming softly under his hands. He had been called for a mission that seemed simple at first. Repair a ship. Nothing more. Just a routine job for a human engineer who had worked in space for years. Alex had fixed dozens of ships, big and small, human and human-made. This one, however, was different from the moment he received the message. The coordinates led him to the outer rim of human space. The place was dark, almost empty, with only faint stars shining far away. He could see the ship from a distance, floating silently. It was large, bigger than anything he had repaired before. Its shape was strange, not like any human ship. Smooth curves blended with sharp angles. Its hull had patterns that glowed faintly, almost like veins of light running through metal. Alex frowned, leaning closer to the screen. He had never seen anything like it. "This is going to be interesting," he muttered to himself. He was careful with his words. People back home had warned him not to get involved in unknown alien technology. Humans had met aliens before, but direct contact was rare and dangerous. Still, he had no choice. Orders were orders, and the mission was clear: repair the ship and report back. Alex suited up, checking his toolkit one last time. His small repair drone hovered near him, ready to assist. It could scan the ship, lift heavy objects, and even perform some repairs remotely. Everything seemed ready. He took a deep breath. The unknown was always a little scary, but that fear made him sharper, made him more careful. The ship he approached seemed calm, almost as if it were alive. The lights pulsed gently, and a soft hum resonated through the air. Alex's communicator crackled. "Alex, report. Are you in position?" It was Commander Lane, his superior. "I am. Preparing to board now," Alex replied. His voice was steady, but his hands betrayed a small tremble. He had no idea what waited inside. The boarding ramp extended and Alex carefully stepped onto the alien ship. The surface was smooth under his boots, cool to the touch. He ran his hand along the hull. Strange symbols glowed faintly beneath his fingers. He had studied alien symbols before, but these were different. They seemed to move slightly, almost like they were alive. He shivered. Alex activated his scanner. The readings were unusual. The ship had energy sources that he did not recognize. Its power core was unlike anything humans had ever built. It pulsed with a rhythm that seemed almost like a heartbeat. He stepped inside, careful with every movement. The interior was dark, lit by the same faint glowing lines that ran along the walls. He moved slowly, scanning everything. The corridors twisted and curved in ways that made him feel a little dizzy. Some rooms seemed larger on the inside than they should have been. He shook his head. "Just my imagination," he said quietly. He had heard stories about alien technology that bent space slightly. Maybe this was one of those cases. As Alex reached the central chamber, he paused. The core of the ship was here, glowing with a soft blue light. Panels covered with strange symbols floated in midair, moving slowly as if responding to him. He knelt and opened his toolkit. Tools floated around him, magnets and supports keeping them in place. He needed to start repairs carefully. Any wrong move could be dangerous. He noticed something unusual. The ship seemed to respond to him. Symbols glowed brighter when he approached, and a soft hum increased in volume. He frowned. "Is this?" "The ship wants me here," he whispered. He shook his head. He had read about ships that had artificial intelligence, but this was different. It almost felt alive, like it could see him, feel him. Alex worked carefully. He examined the damaged systems and found parts that were broken, burnt, or frozen. His hands moved steadily, guided by experience. He replaced broken circuits, rerouted power, and repaired the core. Slowly, the glow of the ship grew stronger. He felt a strange energy in the air. The hum became louder, almost musical. He paused, looking around. It was beautiful in a strange way. The patterns of light moved like waves across the walls, Suddenly, the ship shifted slightly, as if reacting to his presence. Alex stumbled but held himself steady. "Okay, calm," he whispered. He had no idea what was happening. The scanner showed no danger, but the ship's behavior was unusual. The lights formed shapes almost like letters, but he could not read them. He stared carefully, trying to understand. Hours passed. Alex worked steadily, repairing circuits, replacing parts, and trying to stabilize the core. Every now and then the ship pulsed, almost like it was breathing. He felt like an intruder and a guest at the same time. He had fixed many ships, but none had ever felt alive like this. During a short break, Alex activated the ship's main display. Strange symbols moved across it. He reached out with his hand, and the symbols rearranged themselves. A soft voice filled his mind. It was not in words at first, just feelings. Calm, curious, and cautious. Then, slowly, words formed. "Protector," the voice said. Alex froze. Who was speaking?" he asked aloud, though no one was there.
The voice responded again. "Protector."
"Chosen?" He frowned. This was new. The ship, or whoever controlled it, was communicating directly. He had never experienced anything like this. His hands trembled slightly, but he forced himself to focus. The core needed to be stabilized before it shut down completely. He returned to work, but now he was careful not to anger the ship. Every movement was gentle, precise. The hum followed him, rising and falling with his steps. Sometimes he thought he saw shapes in the light, like shadows moving, but there was nothing there when he looked directly. As night fell outside, Alex continued his work. Time passed strangely on the ship. Hours felt like minutes, and minutes stretched endlessly. He worked through exhaustion, driven by the knowledge that if he failed, the ship could shut down completely, leaving him trapped or worse. Finally, after what felt like a long time, he completed the main repairs. The core stabilized, and the hum became steady. The lights glowed softly, almost like a sigh of relief. He stepped back, wiping sweat from his forehead. "Done for now," he whispered. The ship shifted again. A section of the wall opened slowly, revealing a larger chamber. Alex stepped forward carefully. Inside, he saw what looked like a throne room. At first, he thought it was a hologram, but then he realized it was real. A figure sat in the center, glowing faintly. It had a form unlike any human or alien he had seen in pictures. Elegant, powerful, and regal. Alex froze. The figure rose slowly. "Who are you?" he asked, though his voice sounded small in the large chamber. The figure tilted its head, observing him. The ship pulsed again, and the voice returned, clearer this time. "Protector! Do not fear!" Alex took a cautious step forward. He realized the figure was not attacking. It was curious, calm, and aware. His mind raced. He was not dealing with a simple ship. He had stumbled into something much bigger, something alive, something that had chosen him for a reason he did not yet understand. The figure moved closer, the glow of its form filling the room. Alex could feel energy in the air, warmth that was not from the ship but from the presence itself. He swallowed hard. "I am just an engineer. I was sent to repair your ship."
"I did not know."
His voice trailed off. The figure nodded slowly. The ship pulsed, almost like it agreed. The voice came again, this time in words Alex could understand easily. "You did not know. But now you see, you are chosen, Protector, for a purpose yet unseen." Alex stepped back, trying to understand. Chosen? Protector? He had no idea what that meant. But one thing was clear. His mission had changed. What started as a simple repair job was now something much bigger. Something that could change not just his life, but the place of humans in the galaxy. He looked at the figure and the glowing ship. A mix of fear and excitement filled him. For the first time in his life, he realized that being human, clever, and brave might mean something more than just survival. It might mean making history. And in the quiet hum of the alien ship, Alex Carter understood one simple truth. This was no ordinary mission. He was no ordinary engineer. He had entered a world where humans were just beginning to show their value. And the adventure, the real adventure, was only just beginning. Alex Carter stood in the glowing chamber, still trying to process what he had just seen. The figure, the alien presence, had not harmed him. It had simply watched him. And somehow, it seemed to know him. The words "protector," "chosen," repeated in his mind. He shook his head, trying to make sense of it all. The ship pulsed softly under his feet. The lights moved along the walls like rivers of color. Alex felt a strange connection to the place. The air seemed charged, almost alive. He realized the ship itself was communicating with him, though not with words at first. The vibrations, the pulses, the way the lights moved, they all seemed like a language. He took a deep breath and activated his scanner again. He needed to understand the ship better if he was going to continue repairs. The scanner read the energy flow in the core, the structure of the hull, and the unusual materials inside. Some of the energy patterns were familiar, but most were not. He frowned. It was like trying to read a language he had never seen, spoken by a species he had never met. "Okay, focus," he muttered. He had faced difficult repairs before, but nothing like this. The core was stable, yes, but the ship itself seemed aware of his every move. Every time he touched a panel, the lights around it brightened. Every time he paused, the energy seemed to wait for him. Alex decided to move deeper into the ship. The corridors twisted in ways that made him dizzy, but he followed the glow of the lines in the walls. They pulsed gently, almost like a trail guiding him. He wondered if the ship wanted him to go somewhere. Suddenly the ship's lights brightened, and a soft voice filled the chamber. It was melodic, like music, but somehow he could understand it in English.
Alex Carter!
"You have repaired the heart. Now see the mind." Alex froze. "The mind?" he asked quietly. There was no one in the room, but the voice felt close, like it came from everywhere at once.
"Yes," the voice replied. "Follow the path.
Learn. Understand." Alex took a cautious step forward. The corridors opened into a wide chamber filled with floating panels. Symbols moved across them, changing shape, forming patterns he could not recognize. As he watched, the panels began to arrange themselves around him, almost like a classroom, showing him diagrams, energy flows, and structures inside the ship. He realized the ship was teaching him. It was trying to communicate, to explain how it worked. Alex could feel a mix of excitement and fear. He had never seen anything like this. Humans were clever, yes, but even he had never been part of a conversation with a living machine. Or whatever this was. Hours passed as Alex studied the ship. He repaired small systems along the way, testing circuits and energy lines as he learned. The ship responded to him, glowing brighter when he succeeded and dimming when he made a mistake. It was strange, but somehow fair. The ship did not punish him. It guided him. During one of these repairs, Alex noticed something unusual. A small compartment opened on the floor. Inside was a device that looked like a control panel, but unlike any human technology. He reached out and touched it carefully. The moment his fingers made contact, the room filled with a soft vibration. Images appeared in front of him, holograms of strange worlds, ships, and alien cities.
Alex stepped back in surprise.
This is incredible," he whispered. He had studied alien civilizations from books and reports, but seeing it like this, living, moving, almost breathing, was something else entirely. The ship seemed to sense his awe and pulse gently, as if acknowledging it. Then the voice spoke again.
"Alex, danger approaches."
Alex's heart skipped a beat.
"Danger?"
"What kind of danger?"
"Unknown, hostile. They seek what you protect," the voice said.
"Prepare!" Alex looked around, suddenly realizing that repairing the ship was not enough. He had stabilized the core, but the ship itself seemed aware of threats he could not see. He needed to be careful. He moved quickly, checking energy shields, reinforcing conduits, and making sure the systems he repaired were secure. As he worked, he felt a presence near him. It was not physical, but he could sense it. A part of the ship moved slightly, almost like it was alive, guiding him, protecting him. He realized that the ship itself was watching him, helping him, and trusting him at the same time. Hours turned into what felt like days. Alex was exhausted, but he could not stop. The ship pulsed in rhythm with his efforts, encouraging him to continue.
Every repair, every adjustment, every touch seemed to make the ship stronger and more alive.
He felt a strange pride. He had repaired many ships, but none had ever responded like this. None had ever trusted him. Then, the soft, melodic voice spoke again, clearer this time. "You have done well, Alex Carter. You are worthy." Alex paused. Worthy of what? He asked quietly, though he suspected he already knew part of the answer. To protect, to serve, to understand, the voice said. The lights around him brightened, forming shapes that resembled a throne. He stepped back, suddenly realizing the ship was showing him a vision of its owner, or perhaps its creator. The chamber shifted. A section of the wall opened, revealing a larger room. Alex cautiously walked inside. The room was grand, filled with glowing patterns and energy streams. And at the center sat a figure, majestic and regal. Alex froze. The figure was humanoid in shape, but unlike any human. Its skin shimmered with soft light, and its eyes glowed faintly. The figure moved with elegance and authority. Alex realized he was in the presence of someone extraordinary. The figure spoke, its voice calm but commanding. "Alex Carter, you have repaired what others could not. You have earned the trust of my ship and of me."
Alex swallowed hard.
I did not know this ship belonged to anyone. I was sent to repair it, that is all."
The figure inclined its head slightly.
"And yet you succeeded."
Many would have failed. Many would have turned away in fear. You did not. That is why you are here. You are chosen, protector of what is valuable. Alex's mind raced. Chosen? Protector? He had no idea what that meant, but he felt a mixture of fear and pride. He realized that he was no longer just a human engineer fixing a ship. He was part of something bigger, something that could change everything he knew about humans, aliens, and space itself. The figure rose slowly, and Alex felt the energy in the room shift. The ship pulsed with light, almost like it was alive and moving with the figure. You will learn. You will understand. But first, you must trust what you do not yet see.
Alex nodded, even though he did not fully understand.
He felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. He had faced danger before, fixed machines in critical situations. But this was different. This was not just a job. This was a test of his courage, his skill, and his humanity. As he followed the figure deeper into the room, he realized one thing. The adventure he thought was simple, a repair mission, had turned into something far greater. He was about to meet challenges that would test him in ways he could not imagine. The figure stopped before a large console, glowing with light. Alex approached cautiously. The symbols on the console shifted as he neared, forming patterns that he could almost understand. The ship pulsed in response, guiding him, teaching him. Your skills are human, but your courage is universal, the figure said. Use both well, for the dangers ahead are not distant. They come quickly, and they come with intent. Alex nodded again. He felt the adrenaline in his body, the thrill of discovery, and the weight of responsibility all at once. He realized that this was just the beginning. Repairing the ship had been only the first step. The ship itself and its owner were testing him, preparing him for something much bigger. He took a deep breath, steadying himself. I am ready, he said quietly. The figure regarded him for a moment, then the ship pulsed brightly, almost like approval. Alex felt a strange connection to the ship and its mysterious owner. The energy in the air was warm and alive, guiding him, challenging him, and trusting him at the same time. He realized that humans had something special, the ability to adapt, to solve problems, and to act bravely in the face of the unknown. And for the first time in his life, Alex Carter understood that being human was more than just survival.
It was the courage to step into the unknown, to face dangers no one else would, and to earn the trust of beings far greater than himself.
He knew one thing for certain. The mission was no longer simple. He was no longer just an engineer. He was a protector. And the ship, the living, breathing ship, had chosen him for a reason he did not yet understand. The soft, melodic voice filled the room again, almost like music. Rest now, for the journey continues, and the threats will arrive soon.
Alex nodded.
He knew sleep would be strange here, but he needed it. He found a small area where he could rest, though he kept his scanner nearby. The ship pulsed gently around him, as if guarding him while he slept. For the first time, he felt safe, yet alert. And as he drifted into a light sleep, he dreamed of stars, glowing ships, and a distant queen whose presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. He knew that when he awoke, nothing would be simple again. The adventure, the danger, and the discovery were only beginning.
Alex Carter woke slowly, the soft hum of the alien ship surrounding him.
Even in sleep, the ship seemed alive, its gentle pulses moving like a heartbeat through the chamber. He sat up, rubbing his eyes, and glanced around. Everything was quiet. Yet he felt the energy of the ship everywhere, as if it were watching, waiting. He stood and stretched, then activated his scanner. The ship was fully operational now, its system stabilized. Yet Alex could sense that there was more to do. He had repaired the mechanical systems, but the living core of the ship, the intelligence inside, still held secrets he did not fully understand. The melodic voice spoke softly in his mind again. "Alex Carter, it is time to meet her." Alex froze. "Her," he whispered. The ship pulsed around him, guiding him forward. He had guessed before, but now it was certain. He was about to meet someone important. Someone who was not just the owner of the ship, but its master. He followed the glowing paths along the walls. The corridors curved gently, almost like the ship itself was leading him. The air shimmered faintly and the soft hum became louder as he approached a large chamber. Alex felt a mixture of fear and excitement. He had repaired this ship, yes, but he was still a stranger here. One wrong step could be dangerous.
As he entered the chamber, his breath caught in his throat.
The room was enormous, filled with light patterns that danced across the walls and floor. Energy streams moved like rivers, forming shapes that Alex could barely comprehend. At the center of the room sat a figure that took his breath away. She was tall and graceful, unlike any human he had ever seen. Her skin shimmered with soft light, and her eyes glowed like distant stars. Her movements were elegant, each step deliberate and controlled. She radiated authority and power, yet there was something gentle in her presence. Alex swallowed hard. I didn't know. I thought I was just fixing a ship," he said, his voice shaking slightly. The figure regarded him calmly, her glowing eyes studying him. "You repaired more than the ship, Alex Carter. You repaired trust. Many would have feared, fled, or damaged what they did not understand. You did not." Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. Pride mixed with nervousness. I just did my job," he said quietly. He had repaired ships before, many times. But none had looked at him like this. None had seemed alive. And none had rewarded him with respect instead of suspicion. "You did not understand the importance of what you touched," she said, her voice calm but strong. "Yet you succeeded. That is why you are here. That is why you are chosen." Alex frowned. "Chosen? For what?" "I'm just an engineer." The Queen's eyes glowed brighter. "You are more than that. Humans are clever, brave, and adaptable. You show qualities that many species lack. That is why you are worthy of this knowledge and this trust." Alex blinked. He had never felt so small and so important at the same time. He realized that being human was more than surviving in space. It was about courage, creativity, and the ability to act when others might fail. The Queen rose fully, her glowing form towering above him. Alex felt the energy in the room shift as she moved. The ship itself seemed to respond, its lights and energy streams flowing toward her. It was clear that she and the ship were connected in ways he could not yet understand. "You must learn," she said. "There are dangers approaching. Forces that would destroy what we protect. You have repaired the ship, but now you must learn to use it, understand it, and defend it." Alex nodded, though he felt a thrill of fear. I can try," he said. He had faced dangerous situations before, but this was different. This was not just about fixing machines. This was about survival, about diplomacy, and about proving that humans could stand among the stars. The Queen gestured, and a holographic display appeared in front of him. Images of ships, alien worlds, and fleets moving across space filled the room. Alex studied the images carefully. Some of the ships looked familiar, human ships, but others were unlike anything he had seen. Sleek, powerful, and armed with energy weapons that could destroy entire fleets. "These are your allies and your enemies," the Queen said. "You must understand them all." "Knowledge is power, Alex Carter. Courage without understanding can be deadly." Alex leaned forward, absorbing everything. He could feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on him, but he also felt excitement. This was bigger than anything he had imagined. Humans were not just engineers or soldiers. They could be heroes, allies, and protectors in ways he had never known. The Queen studied him silently for a moment, then spoke again. "I will teach you what you need to know. The ship will guide you. You will learn its strengths, its weaknesses, and how to wield its power. But you must act quickly. Danger approaches faster than you can imagine." Alex nodded, determination building inside him. He had been chosen for this role. Whether he liked it or not, he would not fail. Humans had a reputation for courage, resourcefulness, and stubbornness. Perhaps that stubbornness would be exactly what was needed. The Queen extended her hand, and the ship pulsed brightly as if in agreement. Alex stepped closer, and energy flowed through the room, connecting him to the ship and to the Queen. He felt a strange warmth, a sense of purpose and responsibility. He was no longer just a repair engineer. He was a part of something greater, a protector of lives, of technology, and perhaps of entire civilizations. "Rest now," the Queen said, her voice gentle. "You will need strength. The journey ahead is not easy. Allies will arrive, enemies will appear, and your courage will be tested. But you are ready." Alex nodded again. He found a place to rest within the chamber, the energy of the ship surrounding him like a protective cocoon. Even as he closed his eyes, he could feel the pulse of the ship in the presence of the Queen. He knew that when he awoke, the lessons, the challenges, and the dangers would begin in earnest. Hours passed, or maybe it was minutes. Time felt strange inside the alien ship. When Alex opened his eyes, the chamber had shifted slightly. Panels now displayed maps of nearby space, the positions of fleets, and strange symbols he did not yet understand. The ship's voice filled his mind. "Alex Carter, it is time to act. The threat approaches. You must guide the ship and prepare defenses. Show courage. Show understanding. Show humanity." Alex's heart raced. He had repaired systems, learned about the ship, and met its Queen. Now he would face the first real test. The ship's power, the Queen's guidance, and his human ingenuity would be put to the ultimate challenge. He activated the controls, testing the ship's energy flows and weapons. Some were familiar to him, some were not. He had to improvise, to use logic and skill to make sense of alien systems. As he worked, the ship pulsed in response, almost like it was approving his decisions. Suddenly, a warning flashed across the display. A fleet of unknown ships was approaching fast. Alex studied the symbols, recognizing their patterns as hostile. The Queen's voice filled his mind again. "They do not understand. They see humans as intruders. They will attack. Prepare yourself, Alex Carter." Alex's hands moved quickly. He rerouted energy to shields, activated defensive systems, and coordinated with the ship. He had done repairs before, but now he was using the ship as a weapon, as a fortress, and as a living ally. The pressure was immense, but he did not falter. Human determination drove him forward. The alien ships drew closer, energy weapons charging. Alex could feel the tension in the air, the pulse of the ship quickening. He took a deep breath and focused. This was no longer just a repair mission. This was a test of courage, skill, and humanity itself. The first wave of attacks struck, and Alex reacted instinctively. He diverted energy, absorbed impacts with the ship's shields, and launched countermeasures. The ship moved as if alive, responding to his commands and his thoughts. He marveled at the synergy. Humans could adapt, learn, and innovate. Combined with the power of the alien ship, they were formidable. Hours passed in intense struggle. Alex guided the ship, dodged attacks, and repaired systems in real time. The Queen observed silently, her energy flowing through the ship supporting him. Together, human ingenuity and alien power created a force that neither could achieve alone. Finally, the attacking fleet retreated, damaged and defeated. Alex slumped against the controls, exhausted but triumphant. The ship pulsed gently as if sighing in relief. The Queen's voice spoke softly. "You have done well, Alex Carter. You have proven yourself. Courage, skill, and humanity have saved us. But this is only the beginning. Greater challenges await." Alex nodded, breathing heavily. He had faced fear, danger, and the unknown, and survived. He had learned that humans were capable of more than survival. They could be protectors, allies, and heroes. And he knew that the journey ahead would demand even more from him. He looked at the glowing Queen, standing tall and regal. She had tested him, guided him, and now trusted him. Alex felt a sense of purpose he had never known. He was not just repairing a ship, he was defending a living ally, learning from a being far greater than himself, and proving that humans could rise to challenges no one else could face. And in that moment, Alex Carter understood the truth of the Queen's words. He was chosen. He was a protector, and the adventure, the real adventure, was only just beginning. Alex Carter stayed at the controls of the glowing alien ship, his heart racing. The last attack had been just a warning. The Queen had told him more danger was coming, and he could feel it in the hum of the ship. The energy lines pulsed faster, as if the ship itself was aware that the threats were near. Alex wiped sweat from his forehead and focused. There was no room for mistakes. The ship's systems were vast and complex. Alex had learned much, but there were still panels and controls he did not fully understand. The Queen had trusted him, but now that trust was being tested. The alien fleet had retreated, but only temporarily. Sensors indicated they were regrouping, preparing a stronger attack. Alex took a deep breath. "Okay, human ingenuity, don't fail me now," he muttered. He moved quickly, rerouting energy, checking shields, and aligning the ship's defensive weapons. Every action needed to be perfect. The Queen watched silently, her presence calm yet commanding, as if she could feel his every thought. "Alex Carter," her voice filled the chamber. "You must act. This is your test. Use what you have learned. Trust yourself." Alex nodded. He had repaired machines before, led small missions, and solved impossible problems. But nothing had prepared him for this. He was alone with a living alien ship, facing a fleet of unknown enemies. Yet he felt something stir inside him. Humans had faced impossible odds before. This was no different. The first of the enemy ships appeared on the scanners. Sleek and black, they moved with deadly precision. Alex studied their patterns carefully. Their weapons were different from anything he had seen. The last attack had been a warning. This one would not hold back. He activated the shields, rerouted power to the engines, and engaged the ship's targeting system. The controls felt alive under his hands, responding to both his commands and the energy of the ship. The Queen's presence flowed through him, guiding him subtly, but it was Alex's decisions that would determine the outcome. The first volley of enemy fire hit the shields. Sparks of energy flared around the hull, but the ship held strong. Alex directed countermeasures, launching drones and automated defenses. The alien fleet was skilled, but they had not expected a human pilot to control this ship. "Focus, Alex," the Queen's voice said, calm but firm. "Use your mind, use your courage." You are human, and that is your strength. Alex smiled briefly. Strength. Right, he whispered. He remembered all the times humans had survived where others had failed. Adaptability, quick thinking, and bravery. That was humanity's edge. The enemy ships adjusted their formation, surrounding them from multiple directions. Alex's fingers flew over the controls. He activated energy shields in layers, creating barriers that bent light and energy in strange ways. The ship responded instantly, its glowing pattern shifting with his commands. He fired the ship's weapons carefully, aiming for engines and critical systems instead of just blasting blindly. His human instinct for improvisation guided his hands. The first enemy ship exploded in a bright flash. Others veered away, confused by the unexpected tactics. Alex's heart pounded. He had never controlled a weapon system this complex before, yet the synergy between him and the ship made it possible. He realized that humans and this alien technology could work together in ways no one had imagined. Suddenly, one of the enemy ships broke through the shields. Alarms blared and a warning flashed on the console. Alex reacted immediately, redirecting energy to reinforce the damaged area. Sparks flew and panels flickered, but he held the ship together. "Now!" the Queen's voice urged. Alex seized the moment. Using both the ship's power and his human ingenuity, he created a controlled energy pulse. It spread outward, disabling multiple enemy ships at once without destroying them completely. The aliens were forced to retreat, regrouping once more. Alex leaned back, breathing heavily. He had survived the first real test. The Queen's ship was intact, and the immediate threat had been neutralized. But he knew this was only the beginning. The alien fleet would return stronger and more determined.
Impressive,
the Queen said. Her glow intensified slightly. You have proven that humans can act decisively, adapt quickly, and face danger without fear. This is why you were chosen. But the challenges ahead are greater. Alex nodded. He felt pride, but also a deep awareness of the responsibility on his shoulders. He was not just a repair engineer anymore. He was a protector, a strategist, and a symbol of human courage. He moved through the ship, checking systems and repairing minor damage caused during the battle. The ship pulsed around him, almost like it was alive, responding to his touch and his commands. Every system he repaired increased the ship's strength and efficiency. As he worked, the Queen spoke again. Alex Carter, you must understand. The alien fleet you face is part of a larger force. They are not the only ones who see humans as intruders. You must learn to act, to think, and to fight beyond what you know. Alex frowned. I understand, but I'll need time to learn all of this. The ship is complex, and the enemies are, well, a lot more advanced than anything humans usually fight.
You will learn quickly, the Queen replied. Humans are resourceful.
Courage drives understanding.
And you have proven both.
Hours passed and Alex worked tirelessly. He tested the ship's engines, improved targeting systems, and reinforced shields. The ship responded instantly, glowing with increasing power. He realized that this vessel was more than just a machine. It was alive, intelligent, and capable of learning as he learned. Suddenly, the sensors detected another fleet approaching, faster, larger, and more organized than the previous one. Alex's stomach tightened. The real test was beginning. He activated all systems, his fingers moving instinctively. Shields, weapons, energy flows, and drones. All were controlled simultaneously. The Queen's presence flowed through the ship, helping him coordinate. But every decision was his. Humans had a unique way of thinking. And now that thinking was being used to control one of the most powerful ships in the galaxy. The enemy attacked with precision and force. Alex moved faster than he ever had, using both the ship's technology and his own creativity. He created unpredictable maneuvers, drawing enemy fire away from critical areas. He rerouted energy to damaged shields and fired carefully aimed counterattacks. The Queen observed silently, her presence calm but supportive. Alex realized that she trusted him completely. Her confidence in him gave him strength. He was no longer afraid. He was human, and humans could rise to challenges that seemed impossible. Hours of intense battle passed. The alien fleet began to falter. Alex's combination of human ingenuity and the ship's power proved too much. Ships that had seemed unbeatable were disabled or forced to retreat. Alex felt exhaustion, but he also felt triumph. He had faced overwhelming odds and survived. Finally, the last of the enemy ships fled into the darkness of space.
Alex slumped against the controls, breathing heavily.
The ship pulsed gently around him, as if sighing in relief. He had done it. Humans had proven themselves capable once again.
"You have done well, Alex Carter," the Queen said.
Her glow brightened slightly. "You have shown courage, skill, and understanding. But remember this, the galaxy is vast, and threats are constant. You must continue to learn, to act, and to protect."
Alex nodded.
I will do my best. I know humans have limitations, but we also have determination and creativity. I'll use both. The Queen inclined her head slightly. That is why you were chosen. That is why humans are valued. You will continue to grow, and together we will face the challenges ahead. Alex spent the next hours repairing the minor damage from the battle, ensuring the ship was fully operational. He moved through the corridors, feeling the energy of the ship flowing around him. The Queen's presence was calm but powerful, guiding him subtly, allowing him to learn and act independently. As he finished, he paused and looked around. He realized something important. Humans were capable of more than just survival. They could innovate, adapt, and rise to challenges that no one else could. The Queen had seen that in him, and now he understood it for himself. He took a deep breath and spoke aloud. I will protect this ship. I will learn. I will be ready for whatever comes next. The Queen's voice filled his mind one last time for the night.
Rest, Alex Carter.
Tomorrow will bring new challenges, and you must be ready. Courage, intelligence, and humanity will guide you. Alex nodded and found a place to rest, exhausted but proud. The ship pulsed gently around him, alive and aware, as if guarding him while he slept. He closed his eyes, feeling the energy of the ship and the presence of the Queen. He knew the battle was won for now, but the war was far from over. Greater challenges awaited, and humans would need to prove their worth again and again. But for the first time, Alex Carter felt the full weight and pride of humanity's place in the galaxy. He drifted into a deep sleep, the hum of the ship surrounding him like a protective heartbeat. And for the first time he understood that humans were not just survivors. They were protectors, innovators, and heroes, capable of facing dangers no one else could. Tomorrow the real journey would continue. Alex Carter woke to a quiet hum, the alien ship calm but alive around him. The battle from yesterday was over, but he knew the danger had not vanished completely. The Queen's words echoed in his mind. Greater challenges await. He stretched, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. Today he would need all his courage, skill, and human determination. He checked the ship's systems first. Everything was functioning perfectly. The shields had fully recovered, engines were ready, and weapons were online. The energy lines pulsed gently, responding to his presence, as if the ship itself sensed the tension in the galaxy. Alex felt a strange pride. He had learned so much in just a few days, more than any human engineer had ever experienced. The Queen's voice filled his mind softly.
Alex Carter.
The fleet returns. They seek to destroy what we protect. But now you are ready. Humans have shown their strength, and you will lead. Alex nodded. I am ready, he whispered. Even though he was nervous, he felt determination burning inside him. He had faced impossible odds before. He had survived attacks that would have destroyed other humans. Now he was part of something bigger, a living ship guided by a queen who trusted him completely. The sensors beeped. The enemy fleet was approaching fast, larger than before, thousands of ships all sleek, black, and heavily armed. Alex took a deep breath. This was the moment humanity would be tested, not just by machines, but by courage, ingenuity, and determination. "Prepare for battle," he said aloud, speaking to the ship as if it were a teammate. And in a way, it was. The ship's lights pulsed brighter, flowing around him like a protective wave. He ran through systems quickly, checking weapons, shields, and energy channels. Every panel, every control, responded instantly to his commands. The Queen appeared before him, her glowing form radiant in the control chamber. "Alex Carter," she said, "humans are unpredictable, and that is their strength. Use it. Do not follow their expectations. Create your own path. Protect what is valuable." Alex nodded. He remembered all the battles humans had faced throughout history, all the times ordinary people had done extraordinary things. He was not just an engineer anymore. He was a protector, a strategist, and a symbol of what humanity could accomplish. The first wave of enemy ships entered range. Energy weapons glowed as they fired. Alex moved quickly, activating the shields and rerouting power to the strongest sections of the hull. He had learned to predict patterns, to think like the enemy, and to use the ship's unique abilities to his advantage. Drones launched from the ship, intercepting enemy missiles and creating diversions. Alex guided them carefully, using human intuition to anticipate enemy movements. The alien fleet was skilled, but it had not counted on a human mind controlling this living ship. "Alex Carter," the Queen said, her voice calm but commanding. "Remember your strength. Courage and ingenuity can turn the tide." "Do not fear," Alex smiled briefly. "I don't plan to," he said. His hands moved over the controls with confidence, rerouting energy, firing precise strikes and dodging attacks. The ship responded like an extension of his own body, flowing with his decisions and actions. The enemy fleet adjusted, trying to outmaneuver him. But Alex was faster, smarter, and more unpredictable. Using a combination of human improvisation and the ship's power, he created an energy barrier that split the enemy formation, isolating small groups of ships. He targeted their engines and weapons with precision, disabling them one by one. Hours passed in intense battle. Alex did not rest, did not pause. The ship pulsed with him, alive and aware. The Queen's presence flowed through the systems, supporting him subtly, but the choices were all his. Humanity's ingenuity, combined with alien power, was unstoppable. Finally, the last enemy ship faltered. Alex aimed carefully and delivered a controlled energy strike, forcing the fleet to retreat into the dark expanse of space. The immediate threat was gone. He exhaled, feeling exhaustion and triumph wash over him. Humans had survived again, not through brute strength, but through courage, intelligence, and adaptability. The Queen appeared fully before him, her glow gentle now. "Alex Carter," she said, "you have proven humans are capable of greatness. Courage, determination, and ingenuity, these are qualities that no fleet, no weapon can overcome. Today, humans have earned respect." Alex bowed slightly. "Thank you. But I couldn't have done it without your ship and your guidance." The Queen's glow brightened. "You are more than a servant to this ship. You are a partner. Together, we can face threats no one else could. And now, the galaxy knows that humans are not to be underestimated." Alex smiled. He had started as a simple engineer, sent to repair a ship he did not understand. Now, he was part of a living vessel fighting alongside an alien queen and proving humanity's worth. The journey had changed him. He had learned the value of courage, skill, and trust. "Alex," the Queen said softly, "rest now. Allies will arrive, and new challenges will come. But today, you have made history." Alex nodded, feeling the ship's pulse around him. He found a quiet chamber to rest, the Queen's presence still guiding him. As he closed his eyes, he thought about humans, about bravery, about ingenuity, and about how ordinary people could rise to extraordinary challenges. The next day, Alex awoke to calm energy and a peaceful glow. The ship had repaired itself fully, guided by both him and the Queen. The external threat was gone for now, but he knew more challenges would come. Humanity would continue to be tested in the galaxy. The Queen appeared before him, radiant and serene. "Alex Carter, the galaxy is wide and dangers are constant. But humans have shown they are capable of more than survival. They can be protectors, innovators, and heroes. And you, Alex Carter, represent that potential. Alex felt a sense of pride and responsibility.
I understand. I will continue to protect, learn, and fight.
Humans will not fail. The Queen nodded. That is why you were chosen. You are the link between your species and the greater galaxy. Together we will face what comes, and humanity will stand tall among the stars. Alex looked around the ship, its glowing patterns flowing like living veins, alive and aware. He realized that humans had a unique gift, the ability to adapt, to learn, and to act courageously when others might fail. And now, he was part of that legacy. Hours passed as Alex prepared the ship for travel. The Queen's presence guided him, but he acted independently, testing systems, learning more about the ship, and understanding the strategies needed to protect it in the future. Every panel, every control, every energy flow responded to him. He was no longer just a human engineer. He was a leader, a protector, and a hero. Suddenly, a small communication signal appeared. Human ships had detected the battle and were approaching. Alex smiled. Humanity had allies. And now the galaxy would witness humans and aliens working together. The Queen's voice filled the chamber. They will see what you have achieved. Humanity is now recognized as capable and courageous. This alliance will grow stronger. Alex activated the comm system and spoke to the approaching human fleet. This is Alex Carter. Stand by. The ship is secure and the threat has been neutralized. We will continue to protect the galaxy together. The fleet responded with surprise and respect. Human ships had never fought alongside such powerful alien technology, guided by one of their own. Alex could feel the pride and excitement in their voices. Humanity had proven its worth once again. The Queen's glow shifted, almost like a smile.
You have done well, Alex Carter. Today humans have earned respect, trust, and a place among the stars.
The journey continues, but for now, you may rest. You have proven what it means to be human. Alex felt a sense of peace. He had faced fear, danger, and the unknown, and emerged victorious. Humans had proven their courage, ingenuity, and determination. He had started as a simple repair engineer and had become a protector, a hero, and a symbol of human potential. As he drifted into rest, the ship pulsed around him, alive and aware, as if celebrating the victory. The Queen's presence was calm and guiding. Alex knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new dangers, and new adventures. But for now, he had completed the mission, earned the trust of an alien queen, and shown that humanity could rise to greatness in the galaxy. He closed his eyes and let the energy of the ship flow through him. The hum surrounded him like a heartbeat, steady and strong. And for the first time, Alex Carter understood the full meaning of the Queen's words. Humanity was capable of more than survival. Humans could innovate, protect, and lead. And he, Alex Carter, had shown it. The stars outside the ship shone brightly, and for the first time, Alex felt that humans truly belonged among them. The galaxy was wide and full of dangers, but he also knew that humans with their courage, ingenuity, and heart would rise to meet every challenge. And in that moment, Alex Carter knew that the adventure, the real adventure, was only beginning. Humans had proven themselves once again, and the future held endless possibilities.